So who owns the liability?
But don't you think you should be focusing more on your growth with your existing product line?
Yes.
And tapping into that industry before you try to diversify and spend a lot more on scaling up again?
I'm not sounding disparaging at best, but they can't compete.
You deserve a round of applause. That was a lot of grilling, and it is extremely tough to stand there and present and then answer all of these questions all by yourself. More pitches, more questions. Welcome to episode 3 of Elevate. It's time for some fintech conversations. Let's welcome Mr. Kumar Binit from FinMap.
Hi, my name is Kumar Binit and I am from Delhi. I belong to a small town called Jamshedpur. I've been a banker and I've been working in the banking industry for almost 20 years before I came up with my own entrepreneurship journey through FinMap. I'm honored to be a part of Elevate, which will give me an opportunity to showcase my product and the importance of the financial literacy across the globe.
Hi and good evening. My name is Kumar Binit and I am the co-founder and CEO of FinMap. Imagine if you could see your financial future in today's date and also have the power to change it. And that's exactly what FinMap does. Financial literacy is a problem across the globe, and specifically in India, 80% of the Indian working population are considered to be financially illiterate, which leads to financial losses, stress, and setbacks. Now, the core reason is because personal finance management has never been a part of any education curriculum in India, which hampers their decision-making process. Awareness and accessibility is another issue, which leads to a lot of mis-selling of the financial products, which happens through various organized channels and the agents of the banks and financial institutions. Interstate disparities also plays a very important role because every individual has its own economic conditions. They want their own wants and needs. Now, the key statistics obviously, explains as to these problems that 80% of the people in India don't invest in financial assets. Less than 3% is the penetration of insurance in India. Now, who are these people? Now, if you categorize the Indian market in terms of the household income, 40 million people falls into the 3% of the bracket, which earns probably, more than 5 lakh rupees a month, where they can afford a professional financial advisors, portfolio management services, etc., etc. What about the affluent and aspirers, which is around 600 million people, whose salary bracket is anywhere between 30,000 to 2 lakh rupees? They also have the right to optimize their financial well-being. And this is where we are targeting. The market size, the fintech market size in India is close to around $31 billion, which is growing at a CAGR of 25%. And we intend to have a pie of it. What we offer is a comprehensive financial planning, which includes financial health gap, financial planning, financial health score, tax planning, risk and age-based profiling, awareness, advisory, and recommendations of various financial products, which is completely unbiased. Along with that, we have completed the entire tech stack model for each and every subsectors of our fintech industry, be it insurtech, be it wealth tech, be it lending tech, or a capital market. The revenue model is a B2B, B2C model, where we work on two things on the B2B side. These API stacks are used by various banks and NBFCs to automate the workflow process. And that's where one of the revenue models comes in. The second revenue model is the commission, where a customer, once he acts upon the advisory and recommendations on their financial planning and tax planning, they go and transact. Once they transact, we get a certain commission from the financial partners and banks. We have almost over 42 financial banks and partners already offering more than 200 financial products in our app. We launched FinMap in September 2022, around 7 months back. We have already clocked a revenue of around $54,000, which is equal to 43 lakhs. Our current LTV to CAC ratio is around 2.4:1. That means every penny which we are spending on acquiring a customer, we are gaining around 2.5 rupees from there. We currently have 25,000 active users, more than 150,000 downloads. And the retention rate is among the highest, which is around 90%. And our current monthly revenue run rate is around 3.5 lakh, which is around $4,300. What we need, we have already raised around a small amount of money from friends and family at a pre-revenue and at the ideation stage. What we are looking at is to raise another $2 million, at a $6 million of valuation for a runway of around 24 months. Most of these funds will be deployed in order to acquire an NBFC license and get into the lending business. The reason why we are doing it, because debt management is one of the major issue in India, where there are around 6 million people who have multiple loans running, and they need a debt management solution. And without an NBFC, we cannot do that. Balance 30% will go into the marketing and product development. By year 4, we expect to have a revenue of around $12.9 million and around $8 million of EBITDA. One of the most important corporate strategy which we are following in terms of the go-to-market is the corporate partnerships. Now, 65% of the employees want their employer to help them in tax planning and financial planning. And this is where we are targeting in order to acquire our customers. We have a financial wellness program on financial literacy, where we give free of cost to its employees, and that's how we acquire the customers. Well, we have a pretty good, fintech sector in India, and it's growing very fast. There is an insurance company who sells insurance. There is a wealth company who sells wealth. There's a lending company who offers lending product. But a full financial ecosystem is something which we bring onto the table, which is one of our USPs. Well, I'm a banker. I've been in banking industry for almost 20 years, and I've been joined by Manoj Kaushik, who's the CTO of the company, and as he's a pure techie. Advisory board consists of prominent players, including Rajesh Raju, Ravindra Singhs, and the other renowned industry names across investments and across technology on the board.
It's time right now for a short break on Elevate. We'll be right back.
Dad, see what I've made!
Wow, that looks like our new home, huh?
It's as simple as this to make your dream home come true with Bank of Baroda. Easy home loans in UAE and India with simple procedures, quick approvals and low interest rates.
Dad, let's go for a drive in a new car!
Let's go!
Drive your dream car with Bank of Baroda. Speedy car loans at low interest rates. Imagine it and it can be yours. Bank of Baroda, India's international bank.
Upstocks. We are India's largest broker, loved and trusted by over 1 crore customers. Our powerful platform simplified many things for traders and investors. From learning, analyzing, researching to stock picking. Our customers can do it all.
Welcome back to Elevate. The pitchers have presented, the investors have now got questions on their minds, so let's go hear them.
Dhyanudas from Agility Ventures India.
Good evening.
So I'm little confused. What are you? An advisory app or an NBFC?
We are a personal finance management app.
Why you want to be an NBFC then? NBFCs itself can become very, very large businesses. Look at Bajaj. I'm still confused. The app is basically helping the people or helping you acquire the user? Or is it the proper business model you have?
It's a proper business model which I have, because if you see, my revenue model is on a B2B, B2C platform, right? Where on one side, what we are doing is I'm providing you all the tools and services to manage your personal finance, right? And I'm also giving you the recommendations and advice which is unbiased as to what you need to do at every stages of life. Based on that, you go ahead and transact and buy those products to help optimize your financial well-being. And that's where I get my revenue from. That's one part of it. The second part of it, because we have all the licenses in place, be it insurance license from IRDAI, mutual fund license from AMFI, we have, PFRDA license for NPS distributions. So all these licenses are in place, and we have developed the entire tech stack on these financial products so that people can transact seamlessly, and we help them to optimize their financial well-being.
Still a little confused, but need to dig deep.
Sorry, thank you.
You wanted to enter NBFC sector.
Yes.
And with the raising of a small pittance money.
Right.
How come you can compete in this industry, which is highly competitive,
right,
funds driven,
right,
and large mammoth players are finding it difficult,
right,
to survive in this competition? That's
right,
one.
Right.
You also do investment advisory. You've taken SEBI registration?
No, we have just applied for
then you can't even mention that in this. You are not supposed to do investment advisory, because the end result will cause damage to the investors.
So
without a due diligence by a regulatory authority, you're not empowered to do advisory on investments.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Sorry for entering.
No, that's okay. So I'll just answer your question. So, I know we require an RIA license to give an advisory services. So in my app, whatever we are suggesting, it's all recommendations based on your risk and age profiling. It's a recommendations. It's not an advisory services that we are telling you, okay, you go ahead and buy it. We are not doing that, right? So it's a combination of entire financial products which we recommend to you based on your risk and age profiling.
Hi, my name is Piyush. I'm a chartered accountant. You mentioned here working population of India, 80% is financially literate. I am in the next 20%, okay? So the question is, I'm confused like that gentleman, okay? You're a wealth management app, okay? You want to do NBFC, plus you're providing advisory, which you're not supposed to provide because you don't have the license, okay? Second thing is that $2 million, which is 16 crore rupees at around 80 conversion rate, okay? 16 crore is a lot of money for all licenses, whether it's IRDA, whether it's NBFC, whether it's any kind of licenses in India. It'll not cost you more than 2.5 crore rupees at max, including deposits and everything. What are you going to do with this kind of money?
So $1 million is required not to get a license, but we are acquiring an NBFC, and also the initial capital of 6 crores is required for the initial deployment.
That NBFC will help you lend, okay?
Yes.
That's lending, okay? But then on the other side, is a tech-based app, which is for the wealth management. So again, the confusion remains.
A lot of people do get confused. We are not a wealth management company. We are a personal finance management app. Wealth management only deals in a wealth product. We are not into a wealth management. We are in a personal finance management where we help users in order to enhance their financial well-being, because everybody has that right.
Personal finance also is, when I'm putting money, whether it's personal finance, it's actually eventually, it should lead into wealth creation.
Yes.
So technically, you can call yourself whatever you want, whatever fancy words you can use, but it's basically whenever people are coming to your website or your platform, the idea is whatever money they are putting in, they should grow. Your job is to help them grow. So it's kind of ultimately a wealth management platform. You can use all fancy names.
Right. So I'll just give you a brief in terms of financial planning, right? Now, financial planning consists of 6 things. It starts from insurance. What is the most important thing which you do once you start a job? You take a life insurance, you take a health insurance, you create an emergency fund, and then you look at achieving your financial goals, whatever your financial goals is, starting with the retirement goal, right? And then you have the debt management. I guess these are the 6 chapters of a personal finance management or a financial planning. And thus each and every product, including the wealth product, comes into the picture. And that's what we are.
What about the next $1 million? You are saying $2 million, $1 million on an NBFC license. Yes. What about the next $1 million?
So next $1 million, as I said, 30% will go into the marketing and 25% will go into the product development.
Wow, that got tense there for a moment. Well, the pitching and the excitement will continue right after these messages on Elevate.
Upstocks. We are India's largest broker, loved and trusted by over 1 crore customers. Our powerful platform simplified many things for traders and investors. From learning, analyzing, researching to stock picking, our customers can do it all.
It's time now to welcome our next presenter, Mr. Gorav Naran of Vertical Farming Technologies Private Limited.
Hi, I am Gorav Naran from Bangalore. I was born and brought up in Muzaffarnagar, which is a town in western UP. At City Greens, we have a mission to create technologies which can be used by the farmers to grow safe, healthy, and sustainable food. I am delighted and honored to be a part of Elevate.
In 1927, this planet was inhabited by 4 billion people. In 1974, we became 6 billion. In 2023, we are 8. According to US Department of Agriculture, to feed this growing population, the agriculture output needs to rise by 100%. That's only one side of the coin. Let's flip the coin. Global warming is a reality. According to United Nations, at the current rate of global climate change, the agriculture output will likely go down by 30%. So, on the one hand, we need 100% increase, whereas the reality is we are looking at a 30% decline. What do we do? There are multiple solutions that can bridge the gap, and one part of the solution is to take farming indoors. Indoors, in halls, in buildings like these, using LED lights, and also indoors in the open space under polyhouse and greenhouse using natural sunlight. But there is a problem. Getting into controlled environment agriculture, or CEA, like we call this collective farming techniques, it is a costly endeavor. And that's a smaller part of the problem. The larger problem is it's very complex to manage a CEA farm. But what if a technology existed which made managing the parameters of a CEA farm as simple as operating a washing machine? Oh, so you want to grow spinach today? Press a button. Next cycle, you want lettuce? Press another button. Ladies and gentlemen, let me present to you the leader of CEA technology from India, City Greens. At City Greens, we have created a series of modular IoT products that can automate parts of your different farm and can work together cohesively. So what if you do not have $100,000 to automate your entire farm? Can you invest 1% of that? Just 1% of that? You can automate one part of your farm. At the core of our solution is an artificial intelligence-based engine which controls all the parameters of your farm depending upon the crop that you want to grow. So you don't need to be tech savvy, you can be the normal farmer, and technology will help you in growing the crops you need. Farmers who have already adopted our technology are seeing a 39% reduction in their electricity cost and a 13% improvement in the yield. So that's how it's helping them monetarily. But how do we make money? We make one-time revenue by selling the product, and we make recurring revenue in the way of licensing fees. And that's not the only thing. Think about multiple such different farms spread across different continents, different countries, and all of these connected to an IoT cloud sending us the data every 5 seconds. There's a huge opportunity of data monetization. We are not even talking about that right now. And all of this has helped us clock more than 12 CR in revenue in the Indian market, and we are EBITDA positive. Yes, you heard it right. We are profitable. So we actually don't need money. But then why are we here? think of the beauty of the product that we have developed and what we have been able to achieve in an Indian market, which is highly price sensitive and where the cost of technology is something where people don't want to pay for that. We have been reached a positive state in such a market. If we put that technology to the geographies where CEA is not an option but a mandate, a geography like the one we are all standing or sitting in right now, think of the potential it can create. And that's why we are here. But again, these geographies already have first movers, right? Sometimes it can actually pay to be a late mover. Most of our competitions, the technologies they have developed many years back on archaic tech stacks. And also when they developed the technology, they did it at a first word price point, keeping a developed customer in the mind. What we have done, we have created a very economical solution that is created at a price point which an Indian farmer can pay. So definitely we have a very sustained competitive advantage. And talking about the quality of the solution, we are probably the only EdTech startup from India which has received financial grant awards, and I'm not talking about certificates of appreciation. I am talking about hard cash. People are taking money from the wife, government is giving us money. We have received hard cash of 65 lakhs from 3 different ministries of Government of India. We have 2 design patents already under our belt. There are 4 more which we have filed and 1 more utility patent. We have 9 trademarks which we already are with us, and there are 12 more which we have filed right now. Talking about what we need to take the success story globally, we are asking for 20 CR to recreate the magic that we created in India. And the team that we have consists of 3 co-founders, all of us with more than 10 years of work experience. Shweta, who is my first co-founder, is also my partner in life. She has spent 10 years in the developed economies of UK and New Zealand. Rahul and I are from IIM Calcutta. We have been entrepreneurs before. We sold our first startup to India's largest home healthcare company. And here we are trying to recreate that magic. And we want all of you to join hands with us in taking our dream global. Thank you.
The excitement and the pitching will continue right after this break.
कहाँ जा रहे हैं हम? आपका बेटा बड़ा हो गया पापा, और अब हमारा घर भी।
Get quick and easy home loans from Bank of Baroda for your dream home.
Upstocks. We are India's largest broker, loved and trusted by over 1 crore customers. Our powerful platform simplified many things for traders and investors. From learning, analyzing, researching to stock picking. Our customers can do it all.
Hi, I'm Karthik from SciComm.
Yes, Karthik.
So my question is this a pure controlled environment solution, or is it hybrid?
Define hybrid for me.
Hybrid means you have outdoor as well as indoor.
No, so we do only indoor, but indoor also means polyhouse for me. Indoor also means glass house for me. Wherever I can control temperature, humidity, nutrient, vapor pressure deficit, carbon dioxide, all of these things. I'm not into open field farming at all. We are only into controlled environment.
Only into the...
Yes.
What is going to be the deployment methodology of this 20 crores which you are...
So what we are going to do is we are not going to recreate the wheel. We have worked out a model that has worked beautifully for us in India. We are going to leverage on that. So what we did in India was we created an experience center. We have our own farm of 3 acres, which is a research farm. There are 9 different microclimates in that farm where we can create multiple climates, multiple technologies, and see what works for which crops. Since we have a lot of experience, we have a POC which has worked already there in India. We are going to create a very small experience center here where we will deploy 1/3 of the money. In that experience center, farmers can come and understand the technology. Other 1/3 of the money will go into getting the technology licenses and certifications like CE, FCC. If you look at it, my current tech team size is 3. I took 6 years to develop something. Now I don't want to take another 6 years. I want to take 1 year and move very, very fast. The rest third of the money will get into setting up distributors and networks. That's something we did not do in India. In India, we are doing everything by ourselves. When we come to another geographies, we are going to latch on to people who are already there, who are working in the farmers, who understand the sensitivities, and we'll make them our distributors and channel partners and work with them. So that's the roughly divide.
So is this mass production or is this only a small portion of production? I mean, how does the technology scale to help farmers produce mass scale?
So there are two parts of the technology. One is hardware. Now, once we have developed the PCB and hardware, it's like laptop. Once I have developed the laptop which can control my farm, it's a question of multiplying the laptops. You just need to ship them, where I can use one of my friends here. And the other part is software. Only thing I need to do is I need to buy more server bytes at the cloud. So it can be scalable, but yes, to scale it up very fast, rather than one City Greens doing it, we need 20, 30, 40, 50 distributors, farmers who are already there, and we need to work with all of them to move it very fast.
Hi, sir. My name is Pranav Chaudhary. I work in New York City with JP Morgan Chase. So I'm just trying to understand the model. So how do you engage with the farmer? Is it like if he has an open field farming, he cannot engage with you? You only engage with those who can offer sort of in-house farming?
I'm based in India. Yeah. I have a foreign investment. As an Indian company, which is a foreign investment, I'm only allowed to operate in controlled environment farming. If I get into open farming, I will get into big problem with the government.
So the farmer that has an open field cannot
So I'm not into open field at all. See, open field is a big market. I'm not denying that. It's a very big market. But this is also a big market. If you look at what we are doing, we are helping people grow food. And everyone needs food. So I don't even talk about what is TAM, what is SAM. Entire word is market. There are people in open field. I am in controlled environment. I am focused on that. We are not into open field at all.
But a farmer being a simple person, how is he going to construct an in-house environment to then engage with you? Or do you offer the in-house environment for the farmer? Most farmers, I just came from a few farms in Uttarakhand and Madhya Pradesh. Most farmers don't have in-house facilities. So how do you engage with them then?
We don't engage with the farmers who are into open field again. We only engage with farmers who have at least a polyhouse or someone who would like to grow in a vertical farm or in a greenhouse. We are not into open field farming at all. That's not our business target.
So it's probably like more advanced, like probably farming institutions.
Yes, we are into advanced.
Yeah, again, Naresh from TurboStart. I think what you're doing is fantastic work. Before talking about the investments, I'd like to offer that I want to connect you with a government department in Abu Dhabi, which will highly appreciate what you're doing. And perhaps also consider very positively for a grant. And depending upon which geographies you want to cater to, if you wish to establish operations in Canada, along with grants there, that's a possibility. And I would recommend this to our chief here, CEO, in terms of what we can do, looking at the granular details and with appropriate due diligence. Thank you.
I'm very thankful to you. I think that's more than what I hoped I will get.
On the same note, there's a company called Merlin Farms. The founder is a very good friend of mine. They're doing something with the government of Sharjah. And the Sharjah government is supporting them a lot. They're doing something very similar, controlled farming, but with solar technology. So maybe I can connect you. You can connect with me later. I can connect you. And I'm sure, like Abu Dhabi government, Sharjah government and all can also help you a lot in this particular field. Because food security is a very, very important aspect for this country.
Wonderful. And thanks a lot. Wonderful. Thanks.
Well, that was our show today. It's a wrap here on this episode of Elevate, but do watch out for episode 4.
How you are going to, travel the journey of promise to the delivery actually is a huge problem in this.
So as of now, you are negative.
So what is the responsibility that you take?
So you're saying you are spending roughly 1 crore a month, right? I feel that there is not enough geographical diversity amongst the founders.
Really young. Congratulations on thinking big and showing us all that there is really no limit to what can be achieved. Thank you.